At this time, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 42nd Annual Woodmen and Award Banquet. Please stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ask Sister Debbie.
Well, I'm going to start the invocation by saying we're also going to bless all the food and drink we've already consumed. Loving and gracious Creator, Redeemer, Sanctifier, we call you by many names, but we always call on you to bless our lives, to bless who we are as individuals, and to bless our food this evening as we gather in your name. We thank you for the blessings of family and friends and organizations that do good for others. And we ask you to keep us mindful of all those who have far less than we do and who will go to bed hungry tonight. Bless our cooks, those who grew and created the food, all of those who will serve us this evening. Most especially, we give you our gratitude because we know that you are God of many names. Amen.
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 Since we were here last year, a few things have changed. We celebrated our 125th anniversary in June of 2015, and we are now Woodmen Life. So you've heard Woodmen of the World for all these many years. They shortened it, and maybe people will actually figure out what we do. So Woodmen Life from now on. Another thing that changed this year is I am now the recruiting sales manager. And Mr. Dale Gagnon, if he would stand up. Has retired, but is still selling, and spent 5 months in Florida this year for the first time, and 4 months in Florida for the first time in your life, huh? You've been gone that long, away from work. So I'd like to introduce to you our lodge officers, chapter officers, I'm sorry, we're changing all of them. President David Blitz, you saw him earlier. Vice President Lloyd Berkey. I am the Secretary of the Lodge as well as the manager. And Treasurer Jeannie Bushy. Auditors Amy House and Dale Ann Walter. Sergeant at Arms Michael Horn. Reader Ella Blitz. And Past President Linda Gagnon Horn. So I wouldn't be much of a recruiting sales manager if I didn't have a field force. So I want to introduce you to our field force tonight. And I'm going to say the names of everybody who is with us, but I'm going to ask those who are present to stand. Mike Bushy. Sean Williams. Dale Nanya, still on the team. Barbara Huber. Louis Kingsbury. Lisa LaFord. And Alyssa Deverett. And earlier, about a month ago, we lost a member of our team, but she went on to bigger, better things, and she is now the recruiting sales manager in Vermont, and that's Ann Rickey. So, what is Woodmen Life? For those of you who don't know, we are a fraternal life insurance society. We have the honor of being able to protect families and being able to give back to our community and our members. So if you aren't a Woodmen member, we certainly would love you to get a chance to talk to one of those folks that I just mentioned. And or come by our office. We are now on Point. Now, it's another thing that changed since last year. We have a brand new office on Boynton Avenue, 175 Boynton. You might have remembered it as the Yankee Medical Building. We have a wonderful, wonderful location there now, and very good traffic, and it's our home. We're not going anywhere. I know under Dale we moved a lot, but we're not doing that anymore. I'm going to stay put. So I urge you, if you don't know about Woodmen, to find out, because we are a great secret, but we want everybody to know who we are and what we do, because you know, it's being part of the family, and you can buy your life insurance from anywhere, but because we give back, and because of the things that we do for the community, and we honor those in our community, I think I'd love to have you give us a look. So tonight, let's get started with our Fraternal Spirit Award, and I would like to ask our president, David Blakes, to come up and talk a little bit about our recipient.
This year, Fraternal Spirit Award goes to Mr. Floyd Mercy. Floyd has stepped up, took the position as vice president, filled in while I was away this past winter. Floyd has also done a lot with the lodge. We helped remodel it. He was responsible for getting all the chairs and the tables set up down there. And he also helped do a lot of painting and other stuff down there, taking care of the lighting. Again, it gives me great pleasure to present this award to Mr. Floyd Mercy.
I really don't deserve this. Dave did most of the work, and I'm sure all the rest of the crew here that show up at meetings, they are really helpful. Thank you very much.
Don't let him fool you. He also rides in just about every parade, and so many different things that Floyd does that nobody knows about. So we honor Floyd, and we thank you for everything you've done for us. Now we have the Environmental Award, and I'd like to ask Jeannie Bushy, our treasurer, to come up and talk about our recipient.
For the past few years, Chapter 462 has hosted safety courses throughout the few times a year. We get several people there, new hunters, older hunters. We wouldn't be able to do it without the dedicated certified instructors that come with a truck full of material to use. They give up 3 nights, their Saturday, they cover a lot of material. They stay close with the conservation department. They do a lot of work. I've seen those guys work and really appreciate it. It's my pleasure to present these awards to Steve Labarge, Brad Dupel, and Jason Cook, who was able to
be able to do this without the help of Jeannie.
Yep.
And I mean, the Woodsman Lodge, they let us use the lodge, and they're very, very, very good to us. So I'd like to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Our next award are the Lifesaver Awards, and we actually have 2 separate situations that we're going to be talking about tonight. So first, I'd like to ask Dale Ann Walter to come up with Amy House.
Is the mic on? The microphone?
Is that better?
They could probably hear me without it better. Can you hear me? We have a few hometown heroes we would like to recognize this evening. October 23rd this past year, Austin and his brother Connor were driving and they had a wreck. The car was on fire. Austin was trapped. And Justin and Aaron Gay drove upon the accident, and Connor was saying the brother was still in the car, Austin. And we would like to call up Justin and Aaron Gay, please. Connor gave his shirt to Aaron Gay as she held pressure to him. He had a severe cut around his neck area. And Justin ran for help. And then, is Todd Jarvis here this evening?
Yes.
Please come up also. Some more heroes, you might as well line up. And Todd was one of the first EMT responders that came to also help with the situation. And as I gather, I'm sorry I have to ask a few questions. You pulled the young man from the car,
Yes.
and the car was on fire.
Yes.
Amazing. And you did all that work helping the young man stay alive. Please come up. And Todd, you were on the EMT scene? You were the ambulance?
Yep.
Great. And it's because of heroes like this, our neighbors who happened to come across, you're just driving around and you saw that, we're very, very proud. And could we, Connor's not here this evening, is he?
No, Austin is.
Okay,
Austin, do you wanna come up
would
for-
you like to come up and get your brother's award, please? We'd really appreciate that. And we're so proud that you can be walking up here to get this award for your brother. Congratulations. And if there's anything you want to say, go ahead and just say what you feel. Congratulations for being here with us. Oh my gosh. Anybody want to say anything?
talk about another situation that occurred in the Lifesaver Award this year.
Yes, good evening, everyone. When Tim asked me to present this award, I made sure that I had a rapid response, and I said, absolutely. Little did I know that it was actually for a young hero who did the right thing and demonstrated a rapid response. And the gentleman's name, the gentleman is Jaden Chase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read an excerpt from the Press Republican, because our hero, it wasn't a typical day for you, was it, Jaden? I don't think so. I think this happened in early March. Sixth grader was sitting and eating lunch in the Northern Adirondack Middle School cafeteria when he noticed something wasn't right. Jaden looked over at a nearby table, and he saw a longtime friend and classmate, Alexis Belrose, whose face had become extremely red. She was choking, and she wasn't talking or anything. A piece of melted string cheese had become lodged in Alexis' throat while she ate it. So she started gagging. What Jaden did, no hesitation. He went over there and he did the Heimlich maneuver. My understanding is that you had learned that Heimlich maneuver from your mom and dad. Is that correct, Jaden? Okay. So he responded and responded quickly. When the life-saving maneuver didn't work the first time, Jaden repeatedly did it again. Finally, the blockage, after 3 or 4 attempts, coming out. So no longer in danger, Alexis was joined by a staff member and then was helped to the school nurse's office. Now, the humble hero calmly returned to his seat and resumed his meal as if nothing had happened. Wow. Now, I don't think that was nonchalant. I was just thinking he was just gravy for about 5 more seconds. So what I want to say to you is that a couple of takeaways from all of this tonight. We're here in this room tonight, so you actually made a personal connection with over probably 100 people here in this room. As a field representative, one of my passions is to make that personal connection. My colleagues also know what it's like to make a personal connection. If I made a personal connection with all 100 or so of you, Tim Gagnon here will be recovering for 5 days that I made that many connections. So that's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is as we leave this building, Jaden, you have promoted a quiet inspiration that we should take with us. Now, I thought hard about what else can happen and what I can pay forward to you, Jaden. So here's what I'm thinking. My understanding is that you want to pursue a career as a firefighter. Good. My dad was a firefighter for 40 years. I would love the fact that he would be here in your presence, because I think what he would do is he would go right over to your table and he'd say, Jaden, thanks for being on duty. So with the members of the Woodmen Life family and the guests that are here tonight, please give a warm welcome to Jaden Chase.
Woodmen, I present this Lifesavers Award to you. You did your good work. We'll see you in the future. Thanks again. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Bart. Okay. I'm now going to present our annual Caring for Others Award. Through this award, our local chapter has been able to recognize and honor some very deserving people over the years. In fact, last year's recipient was Santa Claus, otherwise known as David Justice, who for decades has helped enable deserving families to have a happy Christmas holiday. This year's recipient is Sister Stephanie Frenette. Known to her family and friends as Barb, she has a lifetime commitment to caring for others. As a youth, even before making her career choice to become a member of the Dominican Sisters of Hope, Barb Frenette spent a great deal of her time caring for children, particularly disabled children. I'm sure it came as no surprise to anyone back in 1959, 57 years ago, 18-year-old Barbara Frenette chose to become Sister Stephanie and made a lifetime commitment to lead a life of service to others. And yes, your math is correct. Sister Stephanie will be celebrating her 75th birthday this summer. Through the years, all of her ministries have dealt with caring for others. She's always had a special interest in caring for children in a loving and consistent atmosphere. Her career with the Dominican Sisters of Hope has sent her to several locations, and 3 of those assignments have been right here in Clinton County. Over the years, her students have included not only our Citizen of the Year, Sister Debbie Blow, but also 8 young men who went on to the priesthood, and 1 who is currently serving as Bishop of Ogdensburg, Bishop Terry LaValle. Sister Stephanie has served the youth of the Moores Forks area, Chateauguay, Ellenburg, Champlain, Rouse's Point, and Plattsburgh. She has taught in virtually every parish in Clinton County. When her physical abilities no longer allowed her to be a teacher, she turned her efforts to becoming a home health aide. She was part of the very first North Country Mission of Hope to Nicaragua, and despite her physical limitations, she continues to go on the missions where her efforts are concentrated on assisting and guiding the kitchen staff and working with disabled orphans. This year's Woodmen Life Chapter 462 Caring for Others Award is literally a Lifetime Achievement Award for a lifetime commitment to serving those who need it the most. It is with great pleasure and humility that we present the 2016 Caring for Others Award to Sister Stephanie.
Great honor to present this award to you. On behalf of the Woodmen, all of us. Thank you. All your time.
Before we go on to our final award of the night, I have a letter from someone special. So the letter reads as follows. I'm delighted to join the Woodmen Life in honoring Sister Debbie Blow for outstanding citizenship and Sister Stephanie Frenette for her care for others. Both of these dedicated women are most deserving of this recognition. Sister Debbie and Sister Stephanie are associated in most minds with the good work of the North Country Mission of Hope. While recognition of their outstanding work for the Mission of Hope is fitting, their service goes far beyond the Mission of Hope. Sister Debbie and Sister Stephanie have lived lives of service, taking care of the people of the North Country. This service to the North Country spans decades. Sister Debbie and Sister Stephanie have also been instrumental in the formation of generations of young people in the North Country, including me. Through their concern, they have formed our young people to be of service to others. In their role as educators, they have shown concern for the individuals that they have taught. For them, teaching extended to matters far beyond the walls of the classroom. They shared not only their knowledge, but also their faith, their values, and their hopes. And by their own example, they formed young people to be concerned about the needs of others, to seek justice for those who could not stand up for themselves, and to share God's blessings with those less fortunate than themselves. Their work with the North Country Mission of Hope is a natural result of their dedication to service. These religious women have shown the compassionate face of Christ to the people of Nicaragua. They have also given the opportunity for service to the people of the North Country, inviting hundreds from the North Country to take part in the compassionate work of the Mission of Hope. Their service for the people of Nicaragua has changed lives for the better. The most outstanding feature of the Mission of Hope is the way that the people of the North Country and Nicaragua have come together as brothers and sisters in mutual love and service. It is a wonderful thing to recognize these two dedicated religious women for their faith and service to the church and to all of us. I pray that God will continue to bless and guide Sister Debbie and Sister Stephanie in their loving service. Thank you for the opportunity to share in honoring these dedicated women. Faithfully yours in Christ, Terry R. LaValle, Most Reverend Bishop of Altona. Calvin for contacting Bishop Terry and making that really possible. And I think if he hadn't had some other things to do, he would have been here. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. Those are the words of Mother Teresa, but they could easily have originated from the person we are honoring this evening with our Citizen of the Year Community Leadership Award, Sister Debbie Watt. I am sure everyone here knows Sister Debbie, an Ellenburg, New York native, is co-founder of the North Country Mission of Hope, along with Yamilet Flores and Eve McGill. The Mission of Hope was founded in late 1998 in response to Hurricane Mitch, which had killed more than 22,000 people in Central America. The Mission of Hope's motto is hearts and hands working together to improve lives. And under Sister Debbie's leadership, those hearts and those hands have been working together to improve lives in a remarkable fashion over the past 17 and a half years. We are only going to mention the numbers that demonstrate the impact that the mission has had on the citizens of Nicaragua over that period of time. What we can't put a number on is the number of lives the mission has impacted here in America. So many people, particularly but not exclusively high school students, have drastically changed their lives because of their missionary experiences with Mission of Hope. They have become far better individuals, have recognized their abilities and liabilities, and have made it their personal mission to improve the lives of those around them on a daily basis. Also, there are a countless number of people who, though they are not able to actually go to Nicaragua, nonetheless feel better about themselves because they're doing their part right here to offer assistance to those ongoing missionary efforts. Those numbers are not measurable, but what is measurable is the numbers of individuals, schools, colleges, communities that have assisted the mission over the years. What started as a one-time trip to Nicaragua for students from Seton Catholic has evolved over the nearly 2 decades. In fact, in July, the missionaries will be making their 65th visit to that Central American nation. Over the years, students from 30 high schools have been involved with the mission, along with 24 colleges. A total of 1,700 missionaries from 15 states and 12 countries have taken part. The North Country Mission of Hope has built 800 home shelters, 12 schools, planted 1,000 mutingia trees, and renovated 2 safe houses. They are teaching people self-reliance and promoting sustainable projects through the wise use of natural resources. In 2007, they built a medical clinic, and they now help provide supplies for 30 other clinics, 4 hospitals, and a nursing home. They have provided 800 water filters to families to enable them to have safe drinking water and distributed 400 rocket stoves to needy families. 650 students are able to attend school due to North Country Mission of Hope's annual sponsorship. Through Sister Debbie's leadership, the North Country Mission of Hope also sponsors 5 orphanages and provides food to 15 Nicaraguan schools, feeding 5,400 students every day. What the North Country Mission of Hope has been able to accomplish and continues to accomplish on a daily basis is astounding. Despite her well-known fear of flying, all of this is being done because of the leadership of our 2016 Citizen of the Year, Sister Debbie Blow. Locally, Sister Debbie continues to stay involved with her community by serving as lector, Eucharistic minister, and scripture teacher at St. Peter's Parish in Plattsburgh. She's a former finance board member of the Dominican Sisters of St. Catherine of Siena, her former congregation, and she was a member of the Teacher, Trainer, and Religious Curriculum Committee of the Diocese of Ogdensburg, and is a founding member of the Dominican Sisters of Hope. She is a former volunteer for the Clinton County Food Shelf, and has also served as the coordinator of a women's scripture study group in Plattsburgh. We are humbled, we are proud that she was able to take time from her overwhelmingly busy schedule to join us tonight to accept this long-deserved award. As Woodmen Life Chapter 462's 2016 Citizen of the Year Community Leader, I give you Sister Debbie Blow.
Great honor to present this award to you for your outstanding service, commitment to God's country, Nicaragua. Thank you, sister.
Have a seat for a moment, please. They told me that I could have 45 minutes and 10 seconds. I promise to take only a couple of moments. First of all, Jaden, I also graduated from Northern Adirondack. Go Northern Adirondack. I'm proud to be a I'm also deeply humbled and exhausted after listening to that list. And I promised Sister Stephanie that if I said anything, and that if anyone mentioned that she was my teacher, and by the way, she also taught Ron, and a few other people probably in this room, I promised that I would say that she was a very young sister when she taught us. All joking aside, I am humbled to be in this room with so many other wonderful people who deserve these awards. It was mentioned about all the accomplishments, but I think the greatest accomplishment that the Mission of Hope is involved with is being able to be an agent for our North Country, being able to be a conduit for people whose loved ones die and that need transport medical equipment to save lives for others, to be able to educate young people in our country about how fortunate they are, and if nothing else, they come back feeling very grateful. The youngest person we've taken on mission is 14, and the oldest is 85. So as I look around this room, most of you still qualify. Most of you. I'm humbled, and I'm deeply grateful. I would be terribly remiss if I didn't acknowledge members of my own family who are here tonight, including my youngest grandnephew, Eli Joseph, and members of my mission family who have become incredibly supportive and loving of Sister Stephanie and myself. We now find it hard to find the line between family and mission family because you're just family to us. To Suzanne Moore, who's here from the press, and Lynn Gilbert, who is here from Senior Academy, Kathy Everett, and so many other people who have joined us this evening. My nephew, Trevor Rabideau, is here. He runs Rabideau's Funeral Home in Ellenburg and Walker's in Plattsburgh. And I promised you that he would not use his funeral home humor here tonight. So, all I want to say, and lifelong friends like Joy and other people in this room, I want to say that I will give you one commitment, and that commitment is to try to live up to everything that was said tonight. I get to be the face of the mission at times, but it is because of you and what you do. You taught me, the North Country taught me how to be a good neighbor. And it was a student at Northern Adirondack when I went to visit my niece's third grade classroom. And I asked, why should we help children of Nicaragua? Because you know there are people who do ask that question. And I was prepared to, I guess I wanted to hear something like, because Jesus told us to feed the hungry and clothe the naked. And what that third grader said to me was, because we can. Well, that was an awesome statement, and my niece can't take full credit for that. But, however, in that process, while I'm still reeling from that wisdom, another third grader, as only third graders can do, sister, 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 sister. Well, you know you can't ignore that. So I said, yes, honey, what is it? And she stood up and she put her hands on her hips, just like most of us at Northern Adirondack can still do. And she said, you know what? I said, no, what? She said, God didn't make boundaries. People did. I will live the rest of my life trying to be the voice for the voiceless, to break down the barriers of injustice and greed and inequity. But I only do it because you raised me. The North Country raised me. My family and my friends raised me to do right. So I humbly accept your gift on behalf of everyone that has supported me over the years. And that was 3 minutes and 30 seconds, not 45. So, by the way, I have to say that Woodmen, and this, I'll end with this, you really know how to throw a party. Friday the 13th and a full moon. So, let's party.
As long as I can remember, Chapter 462 has been donating to Mission of Hope, and we donate approximately $500 a year. So tonight, in honor of Sister Stephanie, we'd like to match that donation and double it this year with a $500 check.
This tonight.
We can deposit that right with the phone, right?
Yeah. May I take this?
We actually keep the check. We're going to give you a little.
Okay. That's all the better.
Try to race, folks. So we had a 50-50 tonight. So if our folks with a 50-50 would come on up. Mission of Hope.
And we're also going to match that 50-50 and give the other money to the pediatric Lyme disease.
So you purchased a red ticket when you came through the door, so you want to get that out. You'll be the bad guy. So let Dave be the bad guy, or the good guy, one or the other. All right, here we go. Stir 'em up.
583963.
I think it's here.
What are the numbers?
583963. $120, whoever has it. Does someone have it?
We thank everyone also for the food donations tonight. They will be going to Champlain and West Shazy food pantry. And I thank you all for coming, and I am thrilled and honored that we were able to celebrate these wonderful people tonight. Thank you all. For those of you who want awards, we have boxes, and we would love to have you come up for a formal picture before you go. So if you want an award, just come on up and we'll get a nice picture with your award. David?
I'd also like to thank Gay and Zach, their wonderful mail, for us to get tonight. Thank you.
Okay, I should point out late that most of the camera work tonight was done by Judy Castine, who's running that camera right now. I was busy at the Clinton Community College graduate or commencement or whatever they call it. It's a graduation anyway. So.
That time of year.
Yeah, so we got here late. Friday the 13th, full moon. But despite all the misgivings of the of those superstitions, another successful.
Just superstitions.
Another successful. What do you think, Mr. President?
I think we had a very successful awards banquet, and we had a lot of good recipients this year again. And I'd like to thank everybody who did come, and thank the award people for getting them.
It's nice to be able to do this. This is the 42nd year. Started in 1975 with Dr. Southwick, and has continued. It's nice to be able to do things like that, right, Tim?
Absolutely. You know, Woodmen Life is all about giving back to the community and honoring those who do give back on a regular basis. And this year with Sister Stephanie for our Caring for Others and Sister Debbie Blow as our Citizen of the Year, it was well deserved.
Yes, and so often I think in tonight's a case when these awards are presented here by Woodmen of the World or Woodmen Life as we're now known. You sometimes say it's about time that we honor you, and I think that's the case tonight.
I think it was very deserving and persons for their outstanding dedication to helping the children of Niagara and other areas, and through the Mission of Hope.
And of course the Lifesaver Awards tonight, they're just, listen to what that young boy at NAC did, it just calmly, supposedly.
Went and sat back down.
Well, he probably had some good fries there.
I would say I want to finish my meal. Okay, I did what I needed to do. I want to finish my meal. That's great.
Just another day in the cafeteria.
And that's Jaden Chase, and what a wonderful job he did. Just to instinctively see there was a problem and take care of it, and that's the wisdom of a child.
Yeah, it's nice to see a young child or kid being able to go ahead and save somebody else's life just by learning from his parents and other programs. what to do in the case of somebody that is choking.
That's not a train in the background here. That's that's the staff here, and of course,
Cleanup time.
yeah, we're here at the Rainbow Wedding and Banquet Hall, and this is definitely the classiest place as far as I'm concerned in Clinton County to hold something like this, and Peck and Jane Sample and their crew always do an outstanding job, and tonight was no exception.
And another wonderful meal from Peck and Jane, and we know that that's going to happen, and that's why we come here.
Yeah, it's first class all the way.
Great service, great meal. I don't think we can go anywhere in the North Country and get a meal as great as this was.
And the atmosphere is just
And the atmosphere,
Absolutely.
the staff is very friendly and willing to help.
And I got to, on the Woodman side here, I've got to commend two very brave ladies who gave that Lifesaver Award, Dale Ann Walter and Amy House. Those of you familiar with the Scott's Hockey Rink in Shazy, that rink is named after both of their sons who died in separate accidents. And for them to get up there and bravely present that,
Absolutely.
just amazing that they could present that award and keep their composure.
And they were the right people for the job.
Oh, definitely.
They were definitely the right people for the job.
Any other comments?
Yeah, it's just,
No, it was nice that they were able to present the award. They did a great job at it, and there were two people that I feel were deserving to present it.
yes. Any other thoughts, gentlemen? Again, this is Dave Blix, the president, Tim Gagno, and Dave's missus is over there saying cut, cut, cut. Tim Gagno, Lodge chapter secretary and recruiting manager.
Recruiting
any
sales manager now. They keep
Whatever.
changing the names.
I don't know, whatever. The boss. Whatever. Anything else that you think we ought to add before we close this?
Just that we need more members to come to our monthly meetings at the lodge. It'll be a monthly meeting this coming Monday at
5:45.
5:45.
So if you're interested in what the Woodman Life does, it was Woodmen of the World when I first got involved, and a year ago, as Tim said, it became Woodman Life, but it's a fraternal order that is open to the entire community, to the entire family, and it was started back in 1890, and it's continuing to grow, and something that first attracted me to the Woodmen 46 years ago, 45 years ago, whenever it was, 42 years ago, I guess it was. 41 years ago, now I know, it was January of 1975. 41 years ago was that what Woodmen could do in the community, and tonight was a great example of that.
Absolutely. And
One other thing, I'd like to thank the people that have brought in food, boxes of food and canned goods to donate to the area food shelves, which will be distributed this first part of the week.
Woodman Life's national fraternal goal is fighting hunger. So it's what we try to do is all of our events we try to make for our members. They're generally free, but we like to have a canned good or something as a price of admission, so that we can continue to help that goal.
Any Woodman member who made reservations tonight wasn't turned away at the door if they didn't bring in a canned item, but
Absolutely.
it was requested that it was a free meal for the Woodman members. Just if you could afford to bring a canned item, bring it along, and that'll be shared, as Dave said, with the food shelves.
Definitely. And we're growing in the North Country. We want to continue to grow. If you have an interest in what we're doing and what we can do for the community and for people, we protect families. We help people get to retirement. So if you have an interest, we would love to talk to you.
Okay, and I want to thank Gordy Little, who can't be here tonight, but he did do a little promo with Sister Debbie and Sister Stephanie, and that's going to lead off this program when we show this on cable. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Calvin, and thank you for all you do.
We'll be looking forward to the 43rd banquet in 2017.
Next year. Better figure out who that next recipient's going to be.